So initially I was going to watch Austin Powers International Man of Mystery today, but after like my 10th interruption, I gave up on that. Which apparently was a really good thing because I forgot they put American Fiction on Amazon Prime and I decided to watch that instead. So yes, we had an entire mood shift from goofy comedy to one of 2023's Best Picture nominees. But like, I'm not mad at it. So from 2023, this is American Fiction. Let's get into it. So this guy named Monk, he's a college professor and an author. He's written like a whole lot of books, but they don't sell very well. And then he has to take a sabbatical from his job. Well, he goes home to Boston for like this book fair, and while he's there, he finds out like how bad his mother is kind of deteriorating mentally. And he wasn't really going to get involved until his sister, who had been taking care of his mother, dies of a massive heart attack. So now his mother's care is basically left up to Monk and his brother Cliff, but neither of them really have any money. And she really needs private round-the-clock care, but it's too expensive. And Monk doesn't have any money to pay for private care because he's not selling any books. And his agent tells him, you write really well, but it's very scholarly, very highbrow, I guess would be the word for it. And most people want a beach read, an airplane read, something simple they can enjoy. Monk takes that and he really runs with the idea that a lot of BIPOC literature are exploitation pieces, more or less. He thinks it's all stereotyped pieces of overcoming poverty and maintaining dignity and violence and drug culture and everything in between. He hates it. He thinks they're beneath him. He doesn't like anybody who actually likes him. But one night he's feeling froggy and he writes one. Just thinks it's funny, and he even sends it to his agent. And his agent calls him. He's like, "This is a terrible idea." He's like, "Send it anyway." Something about getting a message across. He's like, "It's a joke." Except all the publishers love them. Like, they ran 300,000 copies first run. He was nominated for an award, which he was a judge for. He was interviewed on TV, and they were making a movie about it. However, because he is kind of sort of known, he can't obviously accept any kind of awards or go on TV or any of that. So his actual identity has to remain a secret. And that's pretty much the whole movie. It's just him hiding his identity, seeing where this book is going to go, and taking care of his mother. He gets a girlfriend, but like he runs her off with his shitty attitude after he finds out that she was reading the book he wrote, which she doesn't know that he wrote it. There's a whole thing about his brother recently coming out. The ending is kind of weird though, so he's getting ready to go to the book award ceremony. And the book, entitled Fuck, by the way. Fuck is winning the award that he is on the committee for, and the committee doesn't actually know that he wrote the book. And he gets up, and you're thinking he's going to accept the award. And it cuts to him talking to the movie producer, saying that's how the story ends. And the producer's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I thought the big speech would be too," I think he said contrite. And the movie producer was like, no. And then he's like, "Well, what if I leave here and I go to my ex-girlfriend's house and I explain to her what happened?" And then the producer's like, "Do they get together in the end?" And he's like, "You never know." And the producer's like, "No." And then he's like, "What if I get shot on stage because I was pretending to be a felon?" And the producer's like, "Great, let's do that." And then he leaves the studio in his brother's car, and that's it. The end. But I can't remember if the producer called him Monk, which would be his name, or Stag, which would be his pen name that everybody thinks he is. So I couldn't tell you if anybody found out or not. So did I like it? I think it was a good story up until the end. I was invested in all the characters, however, I don't feel like I got like a finale of an ending. It's a very low blood pressure film. It's a talkie. It's a complete talkie. If you're expecting like violence or anything, you're not really gonna find that. If you're going to watch it though, put your phone away. This is one of those you have to actually pay attention to. So being as I was not thrilled with the ending, this feels 8 out of 10 for me. It's not bad. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad. So 8 out of 10. Okay, bye. How do you like me now? Now that I'm on my way. You may think it's crazy standing here today. Couldn't make you love me all I've dreamed about. Living in your radio. How do you like me now?